Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Louise and this is Louise's Lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. So today I thought I'd just talk about the use of grow lights, particularly for people who are growing tropical plants, whether they're fruiting or non-fruiting tropical plants. They're growing them indoors in their home, or if they've got conservatory or greenhouse, basically non-outdoor tropical plants. And the use of grow lights, how does it benefit them? Well, if you're in the UK, today is a good example. It's September the 18th and it's only just gone 7:15, and that is the scene outside now. Even though it's a cloudy day, it is actually, the sun will be dipping down, so sunset is within a few minutes from now. And so we're already heading towards the shorter day lengths. I mean, during the summer, it's light outside to about 10 o'clock. So there's a big difference, a big jump in the shortness of the day now. And heading towards winter, it'll be 7.5. So at the moment, we're getting 12.5 hours of daylight. So whether there's sun or not, we get 12.5 hours of daylight currently this month. By the time we're in December, around the shortest day of the year, the winter solstice, it'll be 7.5 hours. So these plants I've got under here, there's a few varieties that I've got under here. Some of them I will be keeping under grow lights during the dark nights. They will be under the grow lights. Others I may not. I might swap a few of these plants out. So first of all, have a look at the grow light that I bought. I got this last year from Amazon. Cost me, I think it was about £45. And I wanted one with LED lights because my previous grow lights didn't have a stand. It was a clip-on type. They were the purple type, the blue and the pink combination. So I thought I'd like to try the white LED lights. So I got these and this stand. I like this setup because it's height adjustable. So it's like a telescopic adjustable height. The four arms on here that are bendy, flexible. Can move them in different directions, and they the controls, I'll just get the controls here. Very simple. There were no instructions that came with this. As I say, there was no brand label, nothing, so I couldn't even Google the manufacturers to find out how to operate it, but it seems fairly simple. On off button here, there's a timer, and this button here controls the number of lights that you can have on. And then you've got your on off button, and then this button here controls the strength of the light. I couldn't tell you what exact power, but it's got like a dimmer on it. You get the idea. So simple to use, and I got this because when I came back from Bangladesh last year, I did bring a lot of plants with me, and the majority of the plants that I'm growing here are from, well, originally they're fruiting. The fruit I got them from originally came from very hot, sunny climates, and last year I brought lots of plants over, and I didn't want them to go into a shock from coming from a very hot, sunny, humid climate, bright, long day length, well, at least 12 hours day length, to come to the UK and very short day length and much cooler temperatures. So this is the reason why I got this light, and it did help. Now, what have I got under here? What am I hoping to gain from putting these plants under? Well, I'll start off with the citrus. So I've got some citrus here. I've got 3 types of citrus. two lots of plants over here. Well, these are the Citrus pennivisculata, very badly affected by spider mite. As you can see, a lot of speckling going on there. I have been trying to combat them, cleaning the leaves regularly, so hoping I can control that. These are a Bangladeshi citrus. They're not frost hardy, as I found out when I left. I had a whole load of these that had got spider mite last year, and I left them out over winter in the porch area and with some protection, but they all perished. So not frost hardy. They won't be staying outside. They will be kept under, well, I'll have them on the windowsill during the day, and then in the evening pop them under the grow light. So that's the Adalebu type of Bangladeshi lime. Down here I've got Zara lemon, and this is a member of the citron family, Citrus medica. Grows these huge knobbly lemons, and I know for a fact that these don't like the shorter day lengths that we have here in the UK come autumn and winter, because in previous years I've had air layers. Back in 2018 I had air layers from Bangladesh, and they were doing fine until winter time. They didn't like just being left on the windowsill. They were getting the daylight, but very short day lengths, and they started to brown and they dropped the leaves. And it did come back the following year, but very weak, because it takes a lot of strength for the plant to regrow from scratch, you know, after losing the leaves. You know, the plant has to put all their energy into putting out new growth. So these are all seed grown, so hopefully by giving them the right amount of light during the winter period, I can keep them going. And this is the other citrus. This is the one of my Bangladeshi citrus that survived. The others unfortunately didn't make it. This one was a mandarin to start with. The graft was a mandarin, but then the graft failed, which is common, it seems to me, on imported plants. These plants seem to fail at the graft, but the rootstock has survived, and the rootstock is in fact a pomelo. And I found out that in Bangladesh they like to use pomelo as the rootstock. Maybe it's a stronger growing plant. So so it's coming back. And recently, when we had a brief spell of warm weather in September, it started to put out this new growth, but we've gone back to the cold, miserable grey skies again. So this one is definitely going to be staying under the grow light. I want for that growth to continue. So citrus will definitely be remaining during the dark evenings. They will be definitely staying under the grow lights. The second lot of plants that I'm going to show you are the Jamun plants, the Syzygium cumeni, and I'm in two minds whether I should keep them under grow lights or not. I've got quite a lot of them. I've got some that are outside, some in my porch area in the front area of the house, and in the back garden I've got a big tub in the greenhouse. And in here I've got a few here. I've got this one, got a couple there. Oh, sorry, that's not a couple, that's a polyembryonic one. And I've got a monoembryonic plant here, and I've got some more on the windowsill. So I've got more than enough Syzygium cumeni, and I have grown this in the past, back in 2013, and they needed very undemanding plants and grew very well. They didn't need to be under grow. I didn't have grow lights then, so they just relied on the light from the window, and I didn't do anything special to them. Unfortunately, after a number of years, had succumbed to some kind of anthracnose and the plant completely died. But yeah, so these probably won't, you know, I might move these out onto the periphery and get other plants in here, but for the time being, you know, as an experiment to compare with the plants that I've got outside, just to see how well these do in comparison, if there's much difference. But as I say, you know, I will change out some of these plants for other ones. So that's the Jamoon or Syzygium cumini, Java plum or Calojam. So the next lot of plants that I've got under here that I will definitely be keeping under grow lights are the guava. So I've got, let me just lift that up a little bit so I can get in there. So this is a pink guava. This is one of 3 plants that I've got. The other, I've got one in the grow tent and I've got one outside in the greenhouse, which I might sort of dig up and bring back indoors because they're not frost hardy. Won't survive the cold here. So this pink guava, I got the fruit, fresh fruit, back in 2021, extracted the seeds, and this is coming up, not quite 2 years old yet. So this plant, I did actually feature one of these seedlings that I took to the Parswood Environmental Centre. Yesterday I did a video of the Parswood Environmental Centre, and that plant was same size as this when I donated it. It was a bit smaller, in fact, and that is 3 times the height of this now. It's huge. It hasn't branched in any way, but it's grown very, very tall. So hopefully this will, I don't expect it to grow as tall as that, but the growth will continue, because guavas are notorious for dropping their leaves. They will drop their leaves, and then they have to restart again. And sometimes they look like they're dead, but they will come back to life. But I'm hoping I can avoid that by having the right amount of hours under the grow light, that it will continue to put out growth. It might not be very strong growth, but growth nonetheless. And hopefully that will will make the plant stronger, you know, keeping all its leaves on. So that's a Thai pink guava, and over here I've got some more guava, and these are purple guava from the seeds that I got from Spain. The seller was from Spain, and her plant was a deep purple. So I did have 4 of these. Now I've only got 3. So 2 here and 1 is in the grow tent. And these are quite slow growing in comparison to the pink flesh variety, and also I've had the white flesh variety many years ago, and I don't recall it being as slow as this, but then again, you know, I could be wrong. This one is starting to put out some little side shoots, so it might be a bushy plant. It has lost a couple of leaves because I didn't realise there was some thrip on this. So it's a really nasty little insect, thrip, and all of a sudden you'll see these sort of grey patches on the leaves of your plants, and you wonder what's happened, and before you know it, you've got thrip everywhere. And that is the case really when you've got plants near to each other. They do spread very quickly, so you just got to keep on top of it. This is another purple guava, and it's getting some nice colour. See that nice purple colour to the leaves. I'm hoping as the plant gets bigger and the leaves get more mature, that purple colour will be more prominent, but you can see it on the edges of the leaves, definitely on the veins, and on the stem clearly. Now the difference between these two and the one that I have in my grow tent, the leaves on that are very smooth, and they're slightly bigger than this, although the plant started off, it was probably a few weeks behind these, and so the leaves are bigger, but no sort of like, you see these sort of like corrugated veins. It has none of that at all, and the plant is a bit more floppy. It doesn't, it doesn't grow as upright as this one. Talk about the corrugated leaves. It doesn't have these deep grooves where the veins are, which is how you can spot a guava plant a mile off. With these, the way the leaves have the deeply cut veins on them. So that's an interesting thing. The one in the grow tent is very different to these. So hopefully these will benefit. These will stay under the grow light. So hopefully I'll keep the 12-hour balance with these. And last but not least, I've got soursop under here. So I recently showed the soursop in a video, and I was keeping the soursop under grow lights just to boost it a little bit, because the leaves that it's producing are quite small, and I know that that's definitely not a mature size leaf, and the leaves should be bigger than that. And these have been growing since 2000 these are over a year old. Yeah, I'm getting mixed up with my dates now, but yeah, so they're not sort of very mature, but I'm hoping that the grow lights will give them a bit of a boost. I've only got the one here at the moment because I've got all these others, so I can't fit everything under the grow tent. I could get more in if I raised the height of the stand, and then the light will spread out a bit, but for the time being I'm not going to do that just yet. I'll wait till we're in late October, November, where I will be bringing in more plants. At the moment, some of them I've got my alocasias outside, so that they will be coming in. I've got my bougainvilleas. They will also be coming in, and they will probably have massive leaf drop, because when you bring plants from outside indoors after summer, you will experience a lot of leaf drop because of the change in atmosphere. So that is the current setup, and as I say, I might change a few things that are here, like the Syzygiums might not be as prominent. They might not be in the centre, they'll probably be on the periphery, and get other plants in here. But let me know, viewers, if you use grow lights, or you intend to get grow lights, what type you're going to get, and have you had success with them? It'd be interesting to hear from you. So thanks very much for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.